You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Good morning from Worthen Arena. The Ball State Cardinals host an NAIA opponent in the Oakland City Mighty Oaks in a classic David versus Goliath matchup on Field Trip Day. For Roen, Elbert, and Ryan Stojetz, good morning, and I'm glad you're able to spend your morning with us here as Ball State takes on Oakland City, an in-state matchup. Ryan, Field Trip Day, you just can't beat it.
Definitely one of the most unique environments and situations I've at least ever called a game at. I mean, just looking around, school children still filing into their seats as we speak. Some have been here for almost an hour. And then also just the time of day. I mean, even just hearing you start a broadcast with good morning, definitely very unique, very interesting. Going to be a fun one this morning into afternoon.
Yeah, it's wild. I was in bed last night, and I'm like, man, we got basketball in 12 hours. Yeah. Let's get going.
Yeah, had to set that early alarm this morning, but after I, laid in bed, pressed snooze a couple times, but now I'm ready to go.
It was well worth it, though. Let's talk about this Ball State team. Off to their best start in a season since 2017-2018. They've been red hot, 7-1. They're coming off a couple of games over Thanksgiving break at the Florida Golf Tournament down in Naples, where they beat Pitt, an ACC team, annihilated them. They beat Alabama A&M. This Ball State team, they're red hot, Ryan.
They are, and what makes it even more impressive is that it's such a new-look team compared to last year's team that won the MAC tournament. 9 new players, just 4 returners, but you would never guess that, and they haven't missed a beat, and that says a lot about Ball State, Coach Brady Sally, and just this whole culture in Muncie being able to effortlessly take a new-look team, at least for now, to similar success as years past.
Well, you can hear them as Ball State makes their way out to the court. You can hear the rabid fans that'll be on hand. I don't think I've ever heard anything like this for an 11 a.m. game.
Exactly, 11 a.m. weekday. These kids don't care. They're ready to go. I mean, Field Trip Day, it's a tradition Ball State has been doing for some years, and it's always been a fun game.
I'd like to think this is how I was when I was their age, but I just don't remember. But let's go with Oakland City now. This is a team, let's be completely honest, first-year head coach Otis Epps, he comes in, didn't inherit a great situation. A lot of players had already left the program, and the record shows that they're 1-8 to start the season.
Definitely a program in transition, hasn't been the type of season they had hoped, and it's important to note this game, an exhibition for them. It counts in the standings and the record books for Ball State. So you could say Oakland City, at least for this one, has nothing to lose, taking on one of the best mid-major programs in the country in Ball State. But for them, Coach Epps said it yesterday. Wanting to challenge Ball State in all 3 phases, not wanting to treat this as an exhibition, coming out ready to go. It's a quick turnaround for the Mighty Oaks as they had a game last night, had to make the trip to Muncie this morning for an unusually early start time. So going to be interesting to see the type of energy that the visiting team comes out with this morning.
Yeah, we were talking with Otis last night, and what he was saying was essentially, hey, we shouldn't treat this like an exhibition. We need to challenge Ball State as much as we can. And the energy levels he was a little concerned with last night against Cumberland. They were down 21-3 at one point in that first quarter to Cumberland. Ended up losing that game by 17 points. And now you move forward where you got to play an 11 a.m. game. You're coming off a 3-hour bus ride. How is Oakland City going to be prepared from the cuff?
It's going to be really interesting to see, because when you have a game the night before and the coach was concerned about the energy levels then you got to come on the road the next morning and play another game against a really good team. That is a tough ask. So I think if you're Oakland City, the message just has to be, don't even think about the whole game. Just focus on, winning the possession, winning every single battle in the paint, getting rebounds, just focusing on those small wins and trying to just multiply those as much as you can and hang around for as long as you can in this one. And if you can do that, who knows what could happen.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room. Oakland City, they only have 7 players available. They started the season with 11. Some players have quit, some players are injured, and now here we are, only 7 players making the trip to Muncie, Indiana.
And you contrast that with Ball State having 13 available. So it's just one of those things where it's an unfortunate situation and it's adversity. And this is something where I think if Oakland City has the right mentality heading into this matchup, regardless of what the final score ends up being, they can get better today.
Yeah, that's what it's all about because, I mean, talking to OT Seps last night, I asked him what the end goal of this game was. He didn't even say win. He just said, hey, we need to challenge him and we need to play our best basketball. And that's very well possible today to just give the Cardinals a fight.
It absolutely is. And, I mean, I think it was, refreshing to hear a coach be as candid and honest as he was, saying, hey, we know the type of team we're taking on. We know the situations that each of our programs are in, but there's still opportunities here. There's still ways to grow. There's still things that, even if it's not a win in the win-loss column, this game could still be a moral victory of sorts. I know some people don't like that term, but if Oakland City has enough bright spots throughout this morning and afternoon, could definitely still leave this one with their heads held high.
Usually I'm not on board with the whole moral victory stance, but in this case, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and it's just something that they're going to have to take it one possession at a time and focus on those small victories when they happen.
All right, we'll be right back as we head into the national anthem. When we come back, it'll be tip-off here from Field Trip Day as the Ball State Cardinals take on the Oakland City Mighty Oaks. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
We return as tip-off nears between the Ball State Cardinals and the Oakland City Mighty Oaks here on Field Trip Day the Cardinals being introduced in front of this packed house for an 11 a.m. game on a Wednesday. Like I said earlier, Ryan, you just can't beat it.
And something that was really cool to see is just looking at the Ball State players on the court, seeing how excited they were, seeing the smiles on their faces, just as they look into the crowd and see all the kids getting excited just by them standing there. We haven't even started playing yet, and I bet they're probably thinking back, remembering their first college basketball game and knowing that they can help create a similar memory for this generation of kids has to be a really special feeling.
I think a lot of these players, they're no stranger to playing in front of big crowds, but a lot of that is on the road. When you're playing in front of a big crowd and they're all behind you, especially like this or Worthen Arena, this is about as packed as you'll see it, it has to be a great feeling.
For sure, and it's definitely, like you said, they're no stranger to the spotlight or big crowds, but I don't know what the average age in the building is right now, but it's definitely lower than the average sporting event.
All I'll say is that me and Ryan are probably upping the average, and that's saying a lot.
Yes, it sure is. That is not normal.
Let's look at the starting lineups for both teams. Let's start with Oakland City. Amari Gober, she starts it off. The lone returner from last year's Oakland City team. Elise Williams out there with Allison Wright out. Those two players are the two leading scorers for the Mighty Oaks. The only two Oakland City players that are averaging double-digit points per game. Then you got Paula Barras-Ruiz from Barcelona playing that center position, and then Nora Miller, the Indiana native from Evansville, rounding out the five. For Ball State, it's their usual five. Carson Norman, the Butler transfer at the point. Grace Kingery, one of four returners from last season for the Cardinals at shooting guard. In the middle at center, Bree Salenbine, already a two-time MAC Player of the Week. Very impressive. Tessa Towers at power forward/center, having that breakout season. And then Anis Tagayi from France, rounding out the lineup as we are moments away from tip-off. The Oakland City Mighty Oaks with their, I guess you could say, light blue turquoise jerseys with the white lettering, the dark blue numbering. The Ball State Cardinals in their white jerseys with the red lettering, the gray numbering. It'll be Anis Tagayi and Paula Barras-Ruiz to tip it off at the Cardinal head. Ball State goes left to right to start us off. Oakland City right to left. And we are underway here from Field Trip Day at Worthen Arena. Carson Norman off the tip for Ball State gets it. Left to right they work. Salenbine is screened to her left. Swings it out far corner. Kingery. Her three-pointers cash.
Kids loving it early. Ball State giving them something to cheer about right from the jump.
And Ball State, an immediate turnover. Tagayi in transition. Back out Salenbine. She pump fakes. Carves her way to the cup. Back out. It's Norman. Her three-pointer. Swirls out. Salenbine, the offensive rebound. Back up. Misses. Gets her own board again and gets it back up and through.
And if you're Oakland City, you cannot have that. They allowed a second and third chance opportunity for the Cardinals that they were eventually able to capitalize on.
The Cardinals running a full court press, already 5-0 in the first minute of this contest in favor of Ball State. Right out, her right wing three-pointer, it swirls out. Norman collects the miss for Ball State. Left to right, the Cardinals in transition. Norman thought about it, three. She feeds inside for Towers. It's short, right out, and hails the miss. Now it's Elise Williams who takes it up for Oakland City. Swings over to Nora Miller. Backs down to Guy. The kick out to Gober at the top of the key. Over the right out, right wing. Another three-point attempt. It goes in. How about that? Allison Wright out gets the scoring started for Oakland City. 5-3 in Ball State's favor. With about 8:30 to go in this first quarter. Tagayi, the feed inside for Salenbine. Back up and through. 7-3 Cardinals.
Salenbine for Ball State, someone who really plays a full court game, can score from anywhere on the court.
Cardinals continue with the full court press. Nora Miller gets past it, puts up a three-pointer off back iron. Rebound by Elise Williams. Her jumper on the left side goes off back iron. The Cardinals take it up with Carson Norman. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-3 Cardinal advantage. Tagayi on the left wing, a screen from Towers. Swings out far side. Kingery, a three-pointer. It's short. Rebound by Salenbine. Puts it up. Gets her own rebound off of the miss again. kicks out Kingery, her three-pointer, short once more. Can Oakland City finally come away with it? No, Carson Norman comes out with it for Ball State. Salenbine tries a three and drains it.
Once again, Ball State capitalizing on rebounding opportunities, and Bree Salenbine practically in her own zip code on that three-point shot.
Yeah, no one even close to her. Ball State continues the press. Kingery pickpockets in transition. Salenbine, the no-look pass and threw off glass. 12-3 Ball State. 7:17 to go in the first quarter. And the Cardinals, off of the timeout called by Oakland City, they are red hot.
They sure are, and I think Ball State, it's what you expect. They're playing fast, they're playing up-tempo as they always do. But for Oakland City, I think you just got to catch your breath, one. And also, I think the Mighty Oaks should focus on slowing down a little bit more. You don't have to shoot, 10 seconds into an offensive possession. Just pass around, have more players touch the ball. Just try to slow down the pace of this game. That's what I think they're going to have to do to try to hang around.
Well, the big story here, Oakland City already 2 turnovers. Going into this matchup, they're averaging 21.5 turnovers a game. That just can't happen.
It can't, especially when you're playing such a high-powered offense like Ball State, where you don't want to give them extra possessions. That, and then also just the rebounding that they've allowing Ball State on a few occasions to capitalize on second and third chance opportunities. So right now it's 12-3 Ball State, a timeout here for Oakland City. I think just to catch your breath, regroup a little bit and try and claw back into this one before it gets completely out of reach.
That's definitely the game plan for OT Seps, you would think. Talking with him last night after the game, it's funny because I told him, he asked me, hey, did you watch the game? And I said, yeah, I watched up until maybe about 2 minutes left. He's like, oh, we came back and won. And I'm like, oh, really? He's like, nah. So, yeah, they did not come back and win. They lost 77-50 to Cumberland. But, he just has a really happy-go-lucky attitude, even when, times are rough for his team.
And that positive energy from a head coach, I think, is it's huge to have. Because, yes, the record is not where you want it to be. The scores of these games are not what you want them to be. But being able to just have fun, enjoy the journey, that's something that I think could really translate well to his players as he hopes to try to develop a culture that in time will turn to a culture of winning as he's still in his first season as head coach.
Yeah, I asked him what the #1 goal was for just down the line for the program. It's his first year. He hasn't been coaching in college since 2020 when he was an associate head coach at Detroit Mercy. He's been coaching high school over at Harrison High School in Evansville, Indiana. And he was telling me that for the future of this program, recruiting's the #1 thing, and he's already getting on it.
Yeah, especially in a big basketball state like Indiana, got to be on that, got to be especially recruiting local talent a lot. So seems like Coach Epps, it's going to take some time, but seems like he's the right guy to help rebuild this Oakland City program.
Yeah, especially looking at his track record. He's been a head coach at the D1 level at Evansville, was there for 5 years from 2011 to 2016. Was an assistant at Wisconsin for 3 years as well. As Oakland City has possession out of the timeout, 7:17 to go in the first quarter. 12-3 Ball State lead over Oakland City here on Field Trip Day. The Mighty Oaks move right to left. Cardinals continue the full court press, really bringing the pressure. It really seems as if Ball State bringing that full court press, really just adding more and more pressure to Oakland City.
It sure does. It's going to be interesting to see how they counter that.
Right now they're trapped in the Coffin's corner with Elise Williams. Bounces over to Trias. Norman takes it over for Ball State. Salenbine carves her way, drives baseline, goes strong to the glass, misses, get her own rebound, gets it back up, misses it all. Out of bounds on the baseline, goes to Ball State. Bree Salenbine already on fire, especially in the rebounding department.
And that full court press is what started that whole possession. Oakland City did not really know what to do.
And the Cardinals score quickly off of that with Bree Salenbine underneath the basket. 14-3 Cardinal lead. If you blinked, you would have missed it as Oakland City takes it up right to left with Rideout, a freshman who's a team captain already. Bella Thomas thought about a right wing three. She instead swings out to the far side with Barras Ruiz. Drives in with her left hand. A jumper that's tipped by Tagai. Cardinals back with it on a fast break. Tagai in control. Back out Salenbine on the left wing. Hesitates, swings across top of the key. 3 from Kingery. Cash. 17-3 Ball State. Grace Kingery on a heater.
That's her second 3 already in this one.
Oakland City trying to get past this Ball State press. Daniela Trias works her way into the paint. Off glass and good off of Kingery. Daniela Trias makes it 17-5. Cardinals back in control under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tagai goes glass. She's tipped, but she gets it back with Caballero getting the rebound for Ball State. Top of the key, Norman. Open driving lane. Easy money for Ball State with Carson Norman. 19-5 the lead. Tagai, another turnover. Cardinals, that full court press working very well as Salenbine gets a transition 3. 22-5. I mean, I can do this in my sleep at this point, Ryan.
Yeah, Oakland City just not really able to get anything going, struggling even like on that last possession to just get the ball across the middle of the court.
22-5. Ball State already out in front by 17 points. Elise Williams controls on the far corner for Oakland City. Pulls up a mid-range jumper off the side of the rim. Norman the rebound for the Cardinals. Kingery off of the pass from her on the right wing. They swing across Salenbine. The three-pointer off the left side of the rim. Tagai a rebound for the Cardinals. Kingery back out three-pointer. Drains it. 25-5. Grace Kingery, her third three-pointer of the day already.
And even with such a big lead already, I like Ball State on that possession, sticking to the fundamentals, quick passing, good rebounding, and finding an open look for 3.
Barasa Ruiz was wide open underneath the basket. Caballero was able to tip it out of bounds on the baseline for Ball State. Cardinals make a myriad of changes. Zen Verboot checks in alongside Georgia Guarini. Also coming in, Ashlyn Brooke. Brooke, one of 4 returners from last season, didn't play due to a torn ACL last year. Finally back in action for the Cardinals. Zuri Ransom also in the game. She missed the last 2. Good to see her back out on the floor. Trias drives in. She's fouled on her way to the cup. Oakland City, their first trip to the charity stripe, coming up with Daniela Trias.
And this is where you're really going to start to see just the difference in, I don't know if you call it energy or even just like whether you're tired or not, because Ball State, we just saw a lot of substitutions. The Mighty Oaks can't really do that much, having only 7 players available.
Yep. Allison Rideout just checked out for Nora Miller for Oakland City. Trias to the line, hits the first free throw. Trias, a 63% free throw shooter, coming from Barcelona, Spain. The second free throw gets it to go. 25-7, 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. The Cardinals out in front. Far corner, Ransom in control. Back down low, Caballero. She's fouled. Count the bucket with the foul. But it's an offensive foul, it appears. It goes against Alba Caballero.
Yeah, I think she might have maybe extended that elbow a little bit too much.
Yeah, there was a bit of confusion there, so wipe it off the board, still 25-7. Oakland City with Trias as she's trapped at half court. Walks the tightrope on the near side with Nora Miller. She drives into the paint off of Ransom. It swirls in with the jumper. 25-9. Oakland City out of the timeout. Not looking too bad.
Yeah, and again, it's just about focusing on small wins, trying to just string together a couple good possessions, if nothing else.
Down low, Verboot goes off glass, and that's all it was, off of the glass and misses. Bella Thomas the other way for Oakland City. Trias, she carves in off of Caballero and gets it to go. 25-11. Daniela Trias really making an impact off of the bench.
Yeah, for sure. And again, you know, Oakland City not going to be able to use substitutions too much, but important to be effective with them when you can.
Ashlyn Brooke misses a top of the key three-pointer. Nora Miller quickly in transition, goes up and under, misses it all. No foul called despite the contact. In transition, Guarini to pass to Verboot. Too much mustard on it. It goes out of bounds on the baseline despite Verboot trying to save it.
Yeah, just overlet her a little bit. You know, it's tough because you got to make that play so fast and get the ball just right where only she can get it, but also you don't want to extend it too much to where you lead her out of bounds. Unfortunately for Ball State, the latter happened.
3:14 to go in the first quarter. Ball State 25, Oakland City 11. Cardinals once more with the full court press. They back off as Trias takes it up the floor, right to left across the Cardinal head. She moves the rock on the left side to Nora Miller. A top of the key three from right out. Drano, how about that? 25-14. Oakland City cutting it to within 11. Guarini, she has a driving lane. The foul called on the shot. So Giorgia Guarini from Italy will shoot 2 free throws for Ball State.
And even with that foul there, just the last few minutes, Oakland City, they've looked a little different. It almost seems like they're more calm. Even just their body language looks better. And they're getting some more low or shots down low, so high percentage shots. And, you know, even defensively, I know Ball State, you know, substitution, so maybe taking the A team out at least for a bit. But some bright spots for the visitors for sure.
Guarini hits the first free throw. Ball State, a mass substitution. 4 new players come in, all from the starting 5. Carson Norman will check in fairly soon for Guarini when the time comes. She goes 2 for 2 from the stripe, and Norman checks in for her. This is funny because going into that trip to the free throw line, Oakland City in the last 90 seconds, they were on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, but now with a lot of those starters back in the game, we'll see if that trend continues.
Yeah, it's the entire starting 5 back in there. Salenbine tried to rip it out of Rideout's hands at the Cardinal head, but to no avail. Trias on the near corner, she works. The handoff to Nora Miller at the top of the key. Oakland City just working around the perimeter with half of the shot clock down. She drives in, and she's blocked by Tagayi. Nora Miller thought she had it, but Anise Tagayi has her second block. Goes out of bounds on the baseline. It stays here. The inbound, Gober has to kick out. Right out, a 3-pointer, misses it all. May have been tipped by a Cardinal. The save from Elise Williams on the baseline ends up going out of play off of Oakland City anyway, going to the Cardinals. Mighty Oaks bring the pressure. Carson Norman, she's pushed out of bounds on the far side. They give possession to Oakland City.
Yeah, Oakland City seeing how aggressive Ball State's been on defense, saying, all right, we can return the favor a little bit.
The energy, it's definitely there on Oakland City's side. Out of bounds off of the inbound, off of the Cardinals. Looked like Tessa Towers tipped it towards the Ball State bench.
And the energy is definitely something that, you know, we should keep an eye on. Oakland City having just played a game last night compared to a Ball State team that's had a few days rest since playing in that Florida Gulf Coast tournament.
Yeah, and the jet lag for Ball State is probably weared off. A drive to the rim from Trias off the mark. With over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, Salenbine's wide open underneath the basket. Gets it to go. 29-14 Ball State. Bree Salenbine already 14 points to her name. Trias into the paint. The kick out to the far corner. Williams drives in left hand. Back outside, right out. Hands off a 3-pointer for Trias off the back iron. Carson Norman inhales the miss for Ball State. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. She drives in hard. Up and under and through for Carson Norman. 31-14 Ball State. Ball State brings the pressure once again with Trias. A spin move across the timeline right to left at the Cardinal head. Elise Williams is trapped on that left arc. It goes out of bounds on the near side. Last touch by Nora Williams off of the bouncer from Williams. So the Cardinals get possession right back. Oakland City does make a change. Gober checks out. They go with Barras Ruiz on the exchange. Ball State across the timeline with Carson Norman. The feed inside for Salenbine. Her shot, it's short. Just 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Ball State 31, Oakland City 14. Top of the key, Nora Miller thought about it 3. She jab steps and goes back out to right out. A top of the key 3-pointer, it's short. Back across we go with Carson Norman for the Cardinals. Looks for Tessa Towers, deflected by Rideout, and the takeaway for Oakland City.
Defense has definitely improved substantially for Oakland City as we've progressed through this quarter.
Williams straight away. Carves her way to the cup, tries to kick out to Rideout. She ends up traveling.
And again, when Ball State is playing as aggressive as they are defensively, they have the size advantage, they have the depth advantage, things like that. Those turnovers are just bound to happen, as Ball State will likely have the last shot of the quarter.
31-14. Shot clock is off. Game clock at 14 and counting. Ball State just saving for that last shot in this first quarter. Norman has it with 5 seconds. Back out left side to the near corner. It's Salenbine, misses it all. Towers looks for the board. They call a jump ball with 1/10 of a second to go in the first quarter. It goes to Oakland City.
Ball State trying to drain out the clock and get a shot up at the end of the quarter here. I think they almost waited a little bit too long, had to force one up kind of unpreparedly at the end.
Either way, Ball State, just an absolute clinic. 31-14, they lead over Oakland City. We'll be back with second quarter coverage. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, you can find this at ballstatesportslink.com. Again, ballstatesportslink.com. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Ryan Stojetz. Happy field trip day to those who celebrate. We're in the second quarter, just getting started. 31-14, Ball State leads over Oakland City. It's a game where it's really been all Cardinals. But let's not forget the fact that the Mighty Oaks, at one point, they had a 9-0 run going.
Yeah, they did. It was about in the middle of the quarter, I think, roughly speaking. And, again, we've touched on it a lot. We'll probably touch on it a lot more throughout the morning and early afternoon that we're on the call here. But I think it's about, focusing on small wins, on small victories, winning possessions, winning one-on-one battles, winning in the paint, understanding that maybe the final score isn't going to show a win, but there could be a lot of individual wins throughout this day that make you a better team as a result. Again, it's all about mentality for Oakland City heading into a game like this. The season hasn't gone great. You have just one win. You're taking on one of the best mid-major programs in the country off of a quick turnaround with you having just played last night. They're more rested than you. They're at home. It's a crazy environment here with all the kids on field trip day. So how do you respond to that? You could just back down and mail it in, or you can fight every possession. And I think Oakland City's done that. They've fought every possession. They haven't, something Coach Epps talked about was not being happy with the energy levels last night. I think he should be happy, at least from what we could see from our vantage point up here, with the energy this morning. The start time's really throwing me off here this morning because they fought. They've I think even made some adjustments, being better at limiting second chance opportunities for Ball State. When the Mighty Oaks are on offense, I think they've done a bit of a better job of slowing down, holding the ball. It's okay to possess it for more than 5-10 seconds. Don't have to get antsy with it. So, again, Ball State, about what we expected. A lot of good things. You have to get real nitpicky to find things that they've struggled with in this one. But we'll see if the trends continue as we are getting ready to start quarter two.
Yeah, the unfortunate part for Oakland City, they haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. The offense has kind of gone stagnant in these last few minutes. Ryan, with this being an early start, are you a big coffee guy?
I'm not. I get my all my caffeine from Diet Coke usually. So.
Diet Coke?
Yeah, did start my morning with one of those to help me wake up with this. Probably not the healthiest decision, but one I elected to do anyway.
Grace Kingery on the right wing, swings at the top of the key for Tagai. The feed inside Towers, goes glass and good. 33-14. Tessa Towers finally gets on the board for Ball State.
And Towers in her second year with the Ball State program, was a transfer from Wisconsin and part of the MAC championship team last year. One of those players that really makes an impact down in the paint on both sides of the ball.
The Cardinals draw a travel with that press they brought. The Cardinals on the right side of the court. Norman to inbound on the far side for Anise Tagai. Top of the key, they work with Bree Salenbine. Swings the rock over to Carson Norman, right side. Tessa Towers the feed in. Another point for her off of the glass. 35-14 Ball State. Carson Norman brings the pressure. She's called with a foul on the inbound off of Elise Williams. Yeah, Diet Coke.
Yes.
You know, I'm not going to be a hater. To each their own.
Yeah. What's your favorite drink?
Water.
Okay. Much healthier than me. I respect it a lot.
Nora Miller, her near corner three is off the back iron. I've had 3 today. Top of the key, Norman. She pulls the string. Swirls out, Towers the rebound. She's blocked from behind by Rideout, but gets her own rebound. Cardinals kick back out to Kingery. It's tipped out of bounds on that near side by Nora Miller. It stays with Ball State with 8:59 to go in the second quarter. 35-14 Ball State.
This is where it's just a battle of attrition. If you're the Mighty Oaks, the ball's been in your defensive zone for the first minute of this quarter. How do you respond?
Norman thought about a pull-up jumper with the mid-range. She gets it back straight away. Goes inside to Bree Salenbine. A whistle is blown. A 3-second violation against the Cardinals. Goes to the Mighty Oaks now. I guess that may be the downside of, camping out in the paint. To the far side, Elise Williams. A three-pointer for Oakland City off the mark. Towers inhales it. Norman left side for the Cardinals on the perimeter. Cross-court pass near corner to Tagai. Her three-pointer off back iron. Salenbine the rebound for the Cardinals. Back up and short. Gets her own board again. Count it and the bucket. Bree Salenbine is on a tear.
That possession, just great team basketball for Ball State. Cross-court pass from Norman, setting up Tagai for a three. She couldn't convert, but then Ball State, again, having that presence under the paint, and it's Salenbine who finishes it off with 2, a chance to make it 3.
Ryan, she's got 18 points right now. Make it 19 there with the free throw made. Completing the three-point play, Zenver Boot checks in for Salenbine. 38-14 Ball State leads with 8:17 to go in this first half. Paula Barras-Ruiz checks in for Oakland City. Cardinals bring a heavy press. Oakland City's just barely able to get past the half-court line. In the right wing, it's Trias. Cross-court pass, Miller. It gets past, puts up a teardrop shot off the back iron. Norman, no-look pass to the near corner. Verboot the three, too strong. Towers, the offensive rebound. Back out Kingery. It's too strong again. Nora Miller, the rebound for Oakland City. Quickly in transition, pickpocketed by Carson Norman in the paint at the MAC logo. Whistle is blown. Foul called. It goes against Oakland City, so Ball State is able to regain possession, but Carson Norman just fighting hard.
Absolutely, she earned that foul call.
Norman, the Butler transfer, her first year with the Cardinals after 2 seasons as a Bulldog. Near corner, Kingery, she lets it fly off of the back iron. Verboot tips it over to Tagai for Ball State with the rebound. Tessa Towers underneath the basket, too easy, 40-14. Trias takes it up for the Mighty Oaks. Behind the back as she's just able to get past that half-court line. Nora Miller, another teardrop shot on the near side, misses.
She did a nice job, though, avoiding the defense of Tagai there. She had a couple blocks in this one, made sure she didn't have another.
Carson Norman right there getting it done herself, driving her way to the rim. Makes it 42-14. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Cardinals on a tear against Oakland City. The feed inside for Rideout is tipped out of bounds on the baseline by Kingery. Stays with Oakland City. A couple of changes made for the Cardinals. Ashlyn Brook and Alba Caballero, they check in for Tessa Towers and Grace Kingery. On the left side of the basket, it's Elise Williams, the inbound. Takes a deep breath and fires it over to the top of the key for Amari Gober. The handoff to Trias. Spin move at the MAC logo. Puts up a tough layup. It's short. Carson Norman the rebound. Bounce pass in transition to Vera Boot. Swings it left side. Three-pointer. Brooke too strong. The board by Trias for Oakland City. Cardinals bring a soft pressure. A bouncer to that near side with Gober. Oakland City resets at the top of the key. Caballero guards Barras Ruiz closely at the top of the key. Bella Thomas drives in strong. Tough take. Swirls out. Foul called after the fact. Goes against the Cardinals as Paula Barras Ruiz hit the deck hard.
And I like that a lot from the Mighty Oaks. Holding the ball late into the shot clock. Not forcing unnecessary shots. Again, you're really not looking at the score anymore if you're Oakland City. You're looking at individual possessions, trying to find things to build on as you progress through your season. Again, this is an exhibition for Oakland City. It will not count towards their record. For Ball State, it will.
42-14, Cardinals lead. Brooke Winchester checks in for Ball State the first time today. We're calling the freshman's name. Barras Ruiz nails the jumper just beyond the free throw line. 42-16. Just under 6 minutes to go. Anise Tagayi at the free throw line for Ball State. The kick out to Vera Boot. Pump fakes, drives to the cup, swirls in with the shot. 44-16, Zen Vera Boot puts her name on the board. Cardinals look for the turnover. Goes off of Carson Norman and back off of the deflection at midcourt to Gober of Oakland City. So now the Mighty Oaks have a second bid in this possession. Half of the shot clock down. They feed inside to Barras Ruiz. Guarded by Winchester. A hook shot from the MAC logo and good. 44-18 for the Mighty Oaks as they get that basket. Trailing to the Cardinals. It's been all Ball State for the most part. Norman top of the key. She dumps it in for Vera Booth. It's too high with the pass. Bella Thomas takes advantage. It is Thomas who controls. Goes off to her left, a miscommunication with Gober out of bounds. Looked like it may have been tipped by a Cardinal, and that is the case. As a timeout is called on the floor, 4:44 to go in this first half. Ball State leads 44-18 over Oakland City. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Hey Cardinal fans, this is Connor Onion, play-by-play broadcaster with Fox Sports, and I'm a proud SportsLink alum. You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. Chirp, chirp.
Thanks, Connor. We're back with 4:44 to go in the second quarter. Ball State leads 44-18 over Oakland City. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Ryan Stojetz. In a game that's really been all Cardinals, Ryan, what stood out about Ball State's performance?
Every phase of the game, really, but just how in sync they are as a team. They know where their teammates are going to be on the court. They have a deep trust in each other. You can tell this is a group that just has that chemistry already, which again is so remarkable because it's a very much new look team compared to last year. 9 newcomers, just 4 incumbents from last year's MAC championship winning squad, and it's still early, but again, it's remarkable. It seems like this Cardinals program did a good job recruiting talent in the transfer portal, internationally. You know, players on this Ball State team from Belgium, Spain, Italy, and France. Basketball, a global game now more than ever. I think it's just yet another example of Ball State early in the season playing complementary team basketball.
It's funny because I've talked to Brady Solly, head coach of Ball State, about this, and he says, when I look at a player, I don't really look at where they're from. You can be whoever you really want to be. I look at, do you fit my system? And for all these international players, it's exactly that.
Yeah, it sure is, and you can tell just watching them that they have a place here, they belong here, and every player that Brady Solly recruits, it's with a purpose, it's with a vision for that player in mind, and in the early portion of this season, we've started to see that come to fruition.
Oakland City with possession out of the media timeout. It's Trias the inbound on the near side. Oakland City, they move right to left with it. The feed inside for Barras Ruiz underneath the basket. Oakland City comes out of the timeout with 2 points. They bring some pressure of their own on the full court side. Ball State gets past it. Left side, a three-pointer. Ver Boot just swirls out. Tagayi fights hard for it, but Oakland City comes away with it.
We're seeing a stretch sort of similar to what we saw in the middle of that first quarter where Oakland City just had a few minutes where they were playing some really good basketball, stopping Ball State, having good offensive possessions. Didn't last long, but the Mighty Oaks will hope to make it more of an extended period this time in quarter number 2.
Straight away, Barras Ruiz. She hands off to Trias. Dribbles in with her left hand. The kick out to Rideout. Rideout, a true freshman. A deep three at the buzzer. Airballs it. She was just short of that Cardinal head. She had to take the shot, and it just didn't go her way.
Yeah, didn't have that shot clock awareness really until it was almost too late. Just had to throw that one up.
Ball State makes a change. Tagayi checks out for Zuri Ransom. Ashlyn Brook on fast break, 2-on-1. The bounce pass, middle of the lane for Zuri Ransom, puts it up and good. 46-20, Cardinals in front. Just about 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. Guarini pokes it away right out of the inbound for the Cardinals, but Ball State immediately throws it out of bounds on the baseline. Ashlyn Brook, the turnover. Oakland City takes over again. Really, the turnovers on both sides, you see it quite a bit. 11 for Oakland City. For the Cardinals, only their second. The Mighty Oaks, with just over 3 minutes to go, they have control, but the offensive foul is called. Cardinals get possession right back with 3:18 to go. Zuri Ransom on an island on the right side perimeter. Doesn't take the shot. Back out to Guarini. Swings across left side, Ashlyn Brook. Carves her way to the cup. Goes strong and good for Ashlyn Brook.
I was pretty surprised Ransom didn't take that shot earlier in the possession. She had a lot of space, but it ended up working out.
Just under 3 minutes to go in this first half. 48-20. Ball State up by 28 points. With Elise Williams controlling for Oakland City. The foul called on Guarini on the perimeter. Bumps and grinds with her. Oakland City just resets on that far side with Trias. Off of the handoff, she works it at the top of the key. Lobs up inside for Barras Ruiz. Sails over her head, out of bounds.
Right idea, just couldn't execute it. The pass just wasn't where it needed to be, but I like Oakland City continuing to try to pressure Ball State's defense, get the ball down low.
A coach will always tell you execution is key. You may think that's kind of a cliche. It really isn't. Verabut, she drives for Ball State into a sea of light blue. She's fouled.
Oh, they're thinking of getting another offensive foul.
Ooh. Offensive foul, because we didn't know what the call was going to be. As you know, it's one-on-one like that, really a 50-50 call. But just on that outside of the restricted area, so Oakland City's able to get the call.
Yeah.
And for the first time today, we see Violeta Rojas for Ball State. Checks in for Zen Verabut.
Yeah, and that the tell really for me was just Verabut's expression after that play was whistled dead. You knew that one was on her.
Just a little over 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and a travel called by Oakland City. These little things like that end up becoming the big things, Ryan.
Not the cleanest stretch of basketball in this last minute or so.
So it's Rojas to inbound for the Cardinals. On that far side to Guarini. Near corner Brooke on an island. Lets it rip. It's too strong. The Mighty Oaks control with Elise Williams. The handoff top of the key to Trias. Another travel. Back-to-back traveling calls on Oakland City. Both on Daniela Trias.
And, you know, if you have a possession where you get a good shot and you miss it or you get blocked, that's fine. But when you just give it away like that with the travel, Coach Epps, I'm sure, is very frustrated with things like that.
Underneath the basket, wide open, Georgia Guarini, no problem. 50-20, Ball State leads by 30. Yeah, complete miscommunication, leaving Guarini wide open. Bella Thomas drives for Oakland City. Big foul into the paint. It's an offensive foul, goes against Oakland City on Bella Thomas. And the Cardinals make another change. Laura Martinez, she comes in for Ashlyn Brooke.
So good to see Ball State using the full depth of their team because, again, you know, and a lot of coaches will tell you this, you know, you can have a lot of star power, but to achieve every goal you want to as a team, ultimately you got to have a deep bench and good team chemistry top to bottom.
And with that, in the first half, all 13 Ball State Cardinals have touched the floor. Guarini off of the feed, swings out Zuri Ransom on the perimeter. She's in trouble, has to go back outside to Winchester. Guarini, she struggles handling the pass from Winchester. Back to Guarini off of the feed in and misses the layup. Now Trias takes it up for the Mighty Oaks. Just over a minute to go in the first half. The Cardinals up by 30. Elise Williams. She stops, hesitates. A bounce pass over to Trias straight away. Tries to go behind the back. Rojas has her in trouble. On one knee, has to go back out to right out. 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up from 3. Misses short. Rojas inhales the miss. Ball State, they slow it down with Guarini. Straightaway Ransom, a three-pointer. Wide right, doesn't even graze the rim. Out of bounds on the baseline. Oakland City makes a change with Nora Miller checking in for Bella Thomas. Rideout takes it up for Oakland City. A true freshman who's already done so much for this team, leading them in scoring, being a team captain. The give to Baroas Ruiz straight away. Tipped by Laura Martinez on the pass inside. Fast break Zuri Ransom. Tough take to the cup. Falls down, misses it. Winchester goes for the rebound. It ends up going out of play. Oakland City with possession.
And normally in a situation like that with the clock where it is, you think Ball State might just try to run it down, but Ransom had some space, just couldn't finish.
5 on the shot clock. Miller fakes right with the pass, goes strong to the rim, misses it, but she is fouled. So now Nora Miller, she has a chance to hit 2 free throws here, cut this within 30 going into halftime at least. I guess it's a small win like that.
Exactly. We talked about it in the open. You know, normally, you kind of cringe at hearing the term moral victories, but this is a situation where for Oakland City, I think we both think it's an acceptable term.
who's the NFL coach? I think it's Mike Tomlin, who is like, some reporter asked him, hey, was this a moral victory for you guys? And he just refused to answer.
Yeah.
Miller misses the first free throw, hits the second one. With 3 seconds to go, Ball State from half-court Guarini. It's short, and that sends us into halftime. Ball State a 50-21 lead over Oakland City. Kind of what most expected, all Cardinals. Really, Ball State just putting on a tear, even with the second unit out there.
Absolutely. It is, as you said, about what we expected in terms of Ball State winning in just about every phase of the game. Jumping out ahead early in the first quarter and never really looking back. They've controlled this one from the opening tip. You've seen good team basketball. You've seen everyone get involved. All 13 players on this Ball State team touching the floor. Again, this is something where, yeah, it's not the most high-stakes game you're going to play in, but Ball State, their depth, their experience that they're giving some of these younger players, some of these newcomers that haven't seen a lot of action yet, it'll pay dividends down the road in the season, I think.
Yeah, this broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie. Or you can just visit victorymuncie.com. Again, victorymuncie.com. We'll be back with halftime coverage as the Cardinals lead by 29. You can hear them already. You can tell it's field trip day. Did we mention it was field trip day? Ball State 50-21 they lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Hadassah Harris with CBS's WLFI 18, a proud SportsLink alum. Chirp, chirp.
Did I tell you it was field trip day? We're back from Worthen Arena. The Ball State Cardinals at halftime lead 50-21 over Oakland City. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Ryan Stojetz. Packed house today for field trip day. It's my first time experiencing it, and I really want to be here every year for this now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's definitely special as now we see, Charlie Cardinal standing in the middle of the court, sort of conducting, I guess, different things for these kids to do, waving his arms and having them follow. Maybe he's trying to, I don't know if it's the wave or what he's trying to get going, but he's just getting everyone excited. We're having fun. Definitely a very unique environment. I've never called a game in a situation quite like this. When you look at the time of day we tipped off, if you look at, the type of crowd, the kids that we have, the energy they're bringing, it's been really fun.
Yeah, I think they're doing the wave. I've seen a couple 6-7s in there too.
A little bit of everything.
We are nearing that point though. Keep an eye out for when that score hits that number I just said. It is 50-21 Ball State. Going into that first half though, the Cardinals really dominated in all three phases, which is something that O.T. Sepp's head coach of the Mighty Oaks was telling us last night. He wanted to be better in all three phases. That really hasn't been the case.
No, it hasn't. And there's been a few bright spots. I think there were, maybe two stretches I could think of where it was a few minutes of Oakland City where they kind of felt like they were controlling the pace of the game, but those moments were few and far between. Ball State, as you said, Roen, just really playing a complete game, winning just about everywhere on the court, offensively, in the paint, with rebounding, getting second and third chance opportunities, and defensively too, just out-physicaling, out-muscling Oakland City. And again, you do have to take into account too, not just the difference in levels of programs we have, but also the depth is huge. When one team has 13 players and one has only 7 available and they're playing on short rest, having just had a game last night, playing a morning game the next day, I don't care how good of an athlete you are, how much you train, that's going to take a toll eventually.
29-15, Ball State is out-rebounding Oakland City. Nearly doubling them. Bree Salenbine has 7 rebounds, 19 points. I don't know if we'll see Bree Salenbine in the second half, because at least in that last 5-6 minutes, it seemed like the Cardinals were going to their second unit for the most part.
Yeah, we saw, the starters obviously start the game, and then they subbed out and came back in and subbed out again. So we'll see if that rotation continues or if Ball State kind of just takes their foot off the gas a little bit, lets some of these depth pieces get more valuable experience in this one. I can see the case for either side. We'll see what Brady Sally decides to do coming out of the locker room here in about 6 minutes. But just looking at this one, the rebounding is huge because those second chance opportunities have really allowed Ball State to not just score, but also just get the ball in a lot of different players' hands. Again, the score is going to be lopsided, but both teams can get better today if they have the right mentality. If you're Oakland City, we've talked about it, you get better by just focusing on small wins, moral victories, winning an individual possession, winning your one-on-one battle as a player. For Ball State, you can get better by saying, okay, yeah, we're going to win this game, but, how can I get better? Especially if I'm one of these depth players that are seeing a more extended look. What could I do to, impress coach, maybe get more playing time? What could I do to be ready if, a player goes down with injury and my number is called or something unforeseen happens? It's an unfortunate part of sports, but that is a reality that you have to be ready for. So both teams can get better today with the right attitude. I think both teams have brought the right attitude respectively in a very unique matchup and situation.
Well, the big story here is the Cardinals, they had 13 players available. All 13 players, they've touched the floor already. Oakland City, they only had 7, and obviously all 7 players have played. So both teams using all they have, and for the Cardinals, if we're just looking at pure numbers, they have a lot more.
Yeah, they do. They have more players. They have more rest, as Ball State has had a few days off since that Florida Gulf Coast tournament where they went 2-0, beating Pitt and Alabama A&M. So yeah, Oakland City, they don't have, they weren't dealt the best hand, let's say, in this one. But again, it's all about attitude and perspective. And I know when, Coach Epps talked yesterday, he kind of talked about how, the win is probably not something that's going to happen, but if you still go into it with a positive attitude and a growth mindset, which I think is something that is really key for Oakland City, you can still get out of here a better basketball team than you were when you walked into Worthen Arena this morning. Especially
when you're playing an opponent like Ball State. O.T. Seps was saying this is an opportunity to play against a really well-coached team. Brady Salih's done a great job with Ball State. Coach Epps and Coach Salih, they've known each other for a large part of their careers. They had a little reunion down there before the game, so you have that relationship in mind. But also just from the standpoint of, hey, you're playing not just any D1 program. The Ball State Cardinals, they're top 5 in the mid-major poll right now.
Exactly. They came in at number 5 in the latest College Insider mid-major top 25 that was released on November 25th. They're the highest-ranked MAC team in those rankings. The closest MAC team to them is UMass, ranked 17th. So it's a great point. This is one of the strongest mid-major programs in the country.
Yeah, the Cardinals on the quest to be the first repeat MAC champion since Bowling Green in 2010 and 2011. I mean, it would be the first time this decade it's happened. It would be huge for Ball State if that could happen this year.
It sure would be. Ball State came in at 4th in the MAC preseason poll, but did receive 3 first-place votes. Kent State came in at 1st in that preseason poll, receiving 5 first-place votes. It was Toledo in 2nd, UMass 3rd, and then Ball State 4th. So definitely still some belief in the Ball State Cardinals for sure, and so far this season it seems warranted, as despite being a very different looking team, a lot of new players, they still had a lot of success as they are, still only a 1-loss team, and that 1 loss, a 2-point loss right here to the UIC Flames.
Yeah, that was a loss that, I mean, you look at it, it's a game that maybe on paper they shouldn't have lost, but then you also have to remember Bree Salenbine, that's the one game she's missed this year, and Bree Salenbine has looked like, at least on the floor, to be sort of the leader of this team when you look at points and rebounds. She's done so much for the Cardinals. Not having her in that UIC game, it had to hurt.
It sure did, and I think, her breakout game really was right here against Cincinnati. 26 points for her in a win for the Cardinals.
I really hope we do see Bree in the second half. I don't know if we will, because that 26 points, that's her career high at the collegiate level, and she already has 19 points and 7 rebounds. If she were to check back in, I think if just off of what we saw in the first half, she'd easily get a double-double.
Oh, absolutely, at least. I mean, just with the pace she was at in that first half, no doubt in my mind.
So now going into this second half for Oakland City, trailing 21-50 to Ball State, and really for both teams, what's the biggest key?
Oakland City, focus on getting better. Focus on the small things. And if we talked about it all broadcast, but it really just has to be the message for a team in the situation that they're in. Win those individual battles, try to win individual possessions, and string together a few good minutes of basketball and go from there. For Ball State, become a deeper team today. Get better. Let's see some of these freshmen, some of these newcomers continue to develop, continue to get real live in-game action, because obviously you have practice and, that's great, but just playing against a team, wearing a different colored jersey in a game situation, nothing could truly replicate that in its truest form. So for Ball State, use the depth you have, get better, and just continue to do what you're doing, winning in all phases of the game.
Well, that was one of the highlights about last year's team, the depth they had. Even players that didn't touch the floor for Ball State last season, I mean, they're making impacts either at other programs or really just off the floor for the Cardinals, making a big impact. You're hoping to get some of that production this year.
Yeah, and that's how you know you have a good culture. When top to bottom there's camaraderie, there's success, there's players that, want to play for each other. They want to bring out the best in each other. That's how you know you got a good program and a good team culture.
As we are just moments away from second half action, Ball State a 29-point lead over Oakland City. They've played 3 times in both teams' histories. The Cardinals 3-0 in that facet. Last time they played 2 seasons ago. But let's not forget, 4 years ago, Ball State, they won by 96 points. It was 122-26. They beat Oakland City in what is the largest win in Cardinal history.
Yeah, I don't think, don't want to rule anything out, but don't think we'll see something quite like that, as Oakland City already has 21. So as long as they don't let the Cardinals go crazy, shouldn't be a situation like that. But it looks like, at least for Ball State, the starters coming back on to start the second half.
They're excited. I don't know about you. Second half action, here we go. Bree Salenbein, immediately a turnover for Ball State, working right to left, goes glass and good. She has 21 points, 52-21 for the Cardinals.
And you were saying you wanted to see her. I think maybe Coach heard you, trying to see if she can get maybe a new career high this afternoon now, as we are in the PM officially.
And maybe we have me and Brady have some kind of telepathic communication. Who knows? If that were the case, I don't think Ball State women's basketball would nearly be as good as they are now. Amari Gober, she's trapped. Anise Tagai ties her up. A jump ball goes to Ball State. The possession arrow was in their direction. So the Cardinals take it up right to left with Carson Norman. Norman had 7 rebounds as a point guard just in the first half alone. Pick and roll, Salenbein goes strong. Foul called with the shot. Goes against Oakland City. Salenbein has 23 points. Looks to complete the 3-point play.
Yeah, and what an impact she's had already. 25 seconds into the third quarter.
Really goes to show what she can do on both facets of the game, offensively and defensively. Had the steal to open this second half. The Gonzaga transfer, she's had 3 ACL tears, yet she wanted to come back for this 5th year. As she looks to complete the 3-point play, Salenbein, an 84% free throw shooter, gets it to fall. That 5th year, that at this time last year, she was telling Mick Tidrow on Heart of the Cardinal that she wasn't going to take the 5th year. She got a dog named Blizzy, and then that was going to be it. But somewhere along the line, she really wanted to come back for a 5th year, and she transferred to Ball State. The rest is history, you could say.
Yeah, and it's just such a great fit for her. She was a Gatorade Player of the Year in high school in Michigan, so coming back to her Midwest roots, not too far from home, and finding a place where she could win and compete for a conference championship and also see meaningful playing time and be an impact player.
Hey, wouldn't you know? Salenbein gets a steal on a pass that's intercepted in the paint, but then an offensive foul goes against Salenbein. So it stays here with Oakland City in the end. With 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, 55-21 Ball State. Here we go, Elise Williams, the inbound, left side of the basket. Bounce pass right out, mid-range shot off of the back iron. Cross-court pass, Norman to Tagai underneath the basket. Gets it to go, 57-21.
It's a long pass from Norman, getting it down low from almost the middle of the court. Easier said than done. That's an impressive play.
Carson Norman, that's her 5th assist of the day. Norman having a really solid day. If we're talking at least what we saw in the first half, if you could maybe replicate it in the second, with 6 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, the triple-double is really not out of the realm of possibilities.
Certainly not. And again, we'll see, how long the starters stay in here in the third quarter, but very possible.
A far corner three from Barras Ruiz just goes off of the backboard. Norman, once again, a feed inside just from the half-court line to Tessa Towers. Towers ends up getting fouled. The moment I said the words triple-double is probably the moment it doesn't happen now. That's just how it goes.
Announcer jinx.
Salenbine off of the inbound from the far corner. Swings across top of the key. Kingery, her three-pointers offline. Salenbine the rebound. Feed inside Towers. Goes glass too strong. Salenbine tries to strip right out from it, but she couldn't get it. Oakland City back across, right side of the court. They move left to right with their light blue jerseys, the dark blue lettering. Bounce pass on the right side. Nora Miller puts up a three off of the right side of the rim. Norman steamrolls across. The lob up for Kingery underneath the basket and good. 59-21. Carson Norman back-to-back assists.
Yeah, and the back-to-back assists, totally different. One, a strong pass from, almost mid-court, and that one, just a light, touch pass.
Norman with the foul there on that inbound for Oakland City. 7:50 to go in this third quarter, 59-21. Allison right out to inbound on the far side. Oakland City, it's worth noting that they're the only school in the United States to be directly affiliated with the General Baptist Church. So they have, they'll go to a church as a school at around 11 a.m. sometimes. And right before that, Allison Rideout will be there getting up shots. As a foul is called against Oakland City as the Cardinals were able to turn it over with possession. Bree Salenbine to inbound on the far side.
A lot more whistles here in this third quarter than the rest of the game. Pace of play definitely slowed down, at least for now.
So Carson Norman takes it up for the Cardinals. The feed on the far side. They defer into Salenbine. Back to Norman at the top of the key. Inside to Tessa Towers. Misses. Salenbine the board. Off of the deflection. Kingery, a near side three is good. 62-21.
Once again, capitalizing on a second chance opportunity, but also a lot of players touching the ball on that possession. Ball State, still playing hard, still trying to get better and stick to fundamentals despite the lopsided score that they find themselves on the winning side of. Staying locked in for sure.
Daniela Trias straight away for Oakland City. Drives in, kick out, left side Miller. Her three ball is too long. Grace Kingery, the long rebound for Ball State, ends up batting it out of bounds on the baseline, more towards the near side. Oakland City keeps it here with 7:02 to go in the third quarter, 62-21. Ball State just on a tear. The Mighty Oaks yet to score in this second half. About 3 minutes in. Rideout looks to change that with a right side three and misses it all. Carson Norman in transition. Salenbine, easy pickings underneath the basket. 64-21. Bree Salenbine has 26, matches a career high. Straight away, Miller, a three. It's cash. Nora Miller silences the crowd. 64-24. Cardinals still lead by 40.
And the kids here, they're holding up three fingers. They want a three, and Ball State has 64 points. I wonder why.
Towers goes strong, misses, gets her own rebound, 66 points. Unless you see a foul and you miss a free throw, or even if you make the free throw, I don't think they're going to get what they want. Maybe that's for the best.
Maybe for our ears'
Yeah.
sake.
Trias goes too strong, misses the layup. Salenbine Feed inside for Kingery in her breadbasket, but she ends up dropping it out of bounds on the baseline. And maybe, I mean, it's just a lesson. You don't always get what you want.
Yep.
It's a life lesson.
Yeah.
Salenbine checks out with 28 points. 9 boards. So Bree Salenbine, that is a new collegiate career high for her, breaking her previous mark against Cincinnati from earlier this season. Barossa Ruiz, she's rejected by Tessa Towers on her way to the cup. Cardinals in transition. Carson Norman goes strong, misses it. Grace Kingery backs her up and puts it off glass and good. 68-24, and the dream, it's officially over. Ball State leads by 44 points. Allison Rideout, she stops and hesitates. Now she drives left side. Kingery picks her pocket. Cardinals back with it, moving fast. Carson Norman off of the bounce pass. Pump fakes, drives inside. A bounce pass off to her left for Tagai. A jump ball is called as Barossa Ruiz came away with it for Oakland City. Substitutions made on both sides. Elise Williams comes in for the Mighty Oaks. And for the Cardinals, Alba Caballero and Zuri Ransom check in. Oakland City does win the jump ball. Possession arrow was on their side with a little over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 68-24 Cardinals. Bella Thomas, top of the key. And a travel called against Oakland City. These turnovers that just can't happen.
Again, we talked about fundamentals. That's something you want to focus on if you're Oakland City. Making Ball State earn every point, not giving them extra possessions. Coach Epps, again, not going to be happy about a mistake like that.
Vera Boot on the far side, the handoff to Tagai. A floater from the MAC logo is able to fall. 70-24, Cardinals on a roll. Up by 46. Keep in mind, in this third quarter, Oakland City has only scored 3 points, and we're at about the 4:30 mark. Trias looks to change that. Her layup is too strong. Verboot, great defense. Guarini hesitates, gets it back from Tagai from the near corner. The feed inside for Zuri Ransom. The pass was high, but she climbs the ladder to get it and puts it up for 2.
Great athletic play right there. Thought that one might have been sailing out of bounds, but got that hand up there just enough to corral it and finish.
Pure athleticism. An immediate timeout with 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Ball State leading 72-24 over Oakland City. We'll be right back with more Field Trip Day coverage. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
You're listening to Ball State Sports Live with SL Digital. This is Nick Yeoman from NASCAR's Performance Racing Network and IndyCar Radio, and a proud SportsLink alum from 2010. Go Cards!
.4:15 to go in this third quarter. Cardinals lead 72-24. We got Charlie Cardinal coming out there, holding up a 6 to the fans. I wonder what the second part of that is. Oh, there's a 7. There you go. What could that mean?
Yeah, making up for it, for not getting it on the scoreboard with Ball State. They went from 66 to 68.
Yeah, I guess that's what the kids like. When I was their age, what was the big trend? I don't even remember. I mean, we're only like 2 years apart, so I'm sure it's fairly the same.
Yeah, I don't know like what the equivalent would be. I mean, this 6'7" thing, I mean, I don't even really understand the origins. It's more kind of Gen Alpha humor, you know, past us, so I don't know. I mean, every generation has their things, their fads, their trends, yeah.
Were you in school when people were cranking that Soulja Boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh, that's what I think of. But we got 4:15 to go in the third quarter. It's really been all Ball State. It looks like we've probably seen the last of the starters, but you never want to rule it out. Bree Salembine, if there was an MVP for the game, it has to be her. You're looking at 14 minutes played, yet 28 points and 9 rebounds. Unreal what Salembine's been able to do.
Absolutely, and we touched on it earlier in the quarter, but such a great story, overcoming, multiple injuries in her career, transferring from Gonzaga for her last year of eligibility, finding Ball State, finding a place where she can thrive. Really great to see her out there making plays. And again, she's had a career high twice already this season, at 28 right now. And I think there's going to be a few times this year as we progress that she'll give that career high a run for its money once again.
With 4:15 to go in the third quarter, Oakland City controls right side of the court. Elise Williams, chest pass to the near corner. Bella Thomas lasers back, but Guarini intercepts for the Cardinals. And transition, no look pass to Ashlyn Brook. Swings across the near corner, Verboot. They reset with Guarini. The dump inside for Verboot underneath the basket and good off glass. Ball State, they now lead by 50, 74-24. Just under 4 minutes to go. Barras Ruiz, a jumper from the free throw line, offline. Guarini takes it up for the Cardinals. Zuri Ransom on the left arc. Feed inside for Brook, count it, and the bucket. Ashlyn Brook, a chance to complete a three-point play.
Get down low and good things will happen. Draw contact, get high percentage shot opportunities, able to do both there.
And a timeout is called with 3:29 to go. So now for Oakland City, after they called that timeout, we go into the free throw line coming up for Ashlyn Brook. I'm just amazed as a junior what she's been able to overcome. 2 ACL tears, had one in high school. She had to overcome that, got a little bit of playing time with the Cardinals her first year, and things are really looking up. Another ACL tear, missed all of last season and a lot of the year before that. And now here we are where Ashlyn Brook in her junior season, she's coming back, and it's kind of like her redemption arc almost.
It really is, yeah. Another Ball State player with a triumphant story like that. Great to see her healthy and out there. And, again, this is an opportunity for her to kind of, again, she's really good, but, when you go through those injuries, when you have gaps between extended playing time like you do, it's going to take you some time to get reacclimated fully. A game like this, situation like this, great opportunity for a player like her to do just that.
Yeah, I remember talking to Ashlyn, and she told me that, the second time she tore her ACL, like, she knew the feeling from the first time. She knew what the recovery was going to take, and it was just kind of a numb feeling. It just, she wasn't completely devastated. She just knew, all right, it's part 2, let's do it again. But that first time, it was really a mental battle as well, but maybe not as much the second time, she said.
Yeah, and I think that's just an unfortunate part of sports where you just really never know, right? Like you take care of your body, you train, you practice, but, stuff happens sometimes, and you can't really always control it. But, again, it's about mindset, it's about perseverance, and, Ashlyn Brook, someone who's really met the adversity she's faced head on and come out on the other side of it, still playing strong. That's the unfortunate part. You're right. You don't know that whenever you go out on that court, you go out to play, and then all of a sudden, it can all just go away with one wrong step, whatever it may be. It's really the unfortunate part of sport. Yeah, it's something that, every player knows the risk, but, they still want to play because they love the game, they love basketball, they love their team, and you really got to respect that about athletes. Putting their body on the line, the time, the energy they sacrifice, travel away from friends, family, home. Very, takes a lot to play, college athletics. Balancing the student part of it, having to focus on academics, of course, but also all the travel, often sacrificing holidays, as we saw Ball State, for example, tournament over Thanksgiving. Takes a lot to be a D1 athlete.
Yeah, because, all these players, all 13 of them for Ball State know that Thanksgiving Day they flew out to Florida for their Friday game. Ashlyn Brooks able to complete the three-point play out of the timeout. It's 77-24 Cardinals, 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. That's tough. A lot of people can't even fathom doing something like that, but it's all about, living the dream, and these Cardinal players know all about that. As Allison Rideout puts up a mid-range floater on the near side, it swirls out, but there's a foul on the floor after the fact, goes against Ball State. So it stays here, and Nora Miller inbounds on the left side of the basket for Oakland City. Right out on the high block, the handoff back to Miller. She moves quickly with half of the shot clock down. Pass inside for Trias. Her layup attempt is well too strong. In transition, Zuri Ransom off of the cross-court pass, gets it to go with the contact. No foul, but Zuri Ransom, what a tough take.
And on the other side, it's just been Ball State using the size advantage, forcing Oakland City to take tough angle shots down low, making it really hard for them to convert in that area.
Near corner, Trias lets a three fly, well short. Zuri Ransom moves quickly for Ball State, right to left. It's 2-on-1. The lob up for Caballero. It swirls out. She gets her own rebound off of the miss. Swings out. Verboot, left wing three, off the front of the rim. Right out. She's stifled by a sea of Cardinal white. A jump ball is called. The possession arrow currently points in Ball State's direction, and that's where it stays. A pair of changes made for the Mighty Oaks. It's Elise Williams and Amare Gober checking in. These are two players that were on the team last season for Oakland City. Elise Williams just didn't play. She transferred in mid-season from Brescia. Off of the inbound, Zen Verboot gets 2 points underneath the basket for the Cardinals, 81-24. The kick out to Williams at the MAC logo in the paint. A jumper on the far side for Barras Ruiz is offline. Caballero with the board. Far corner, Brooke, she tries a three. Drano, 84-24. The Cardinals lead by 60. Just something you don't see every day.
Yeah, offensive clinic, not something not used to seeing a margin of this magnitude.
Williams carves her way to the cup. Brooke with the contact and gets it away. Ball State back in transition. Brooke on the right wing, swings across left side. Guarini wide open for three, cans it. 87-24, a 63-point Cardinal lead. I had to double check myself. I didn't believe what I was saying.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound real, but you look at the scoreboard, sure enough.
Barras Ruiz pump fakes inside, goes off to her left for Trias. A spin move into the paint, open driving lane, misses it all. Zuri Ransom, cross-court pass to Brooke, up and under and short. Oakland City, they reset. On the far side, Gober goes off to her left with Allison Rideout on the left wing. Dribbles with her right hand. Defers over to the right to Trias. Foul called on Zuri Ransom. Off ball as she tried to pull the arm. Oakland City, they're now in the bonus, with 3 changes actually being made now for Ball State. Brooke Winchester, Violetta Rojas, and Laura Martinez all checking in.
And And you see Ball State doing frequent substitutions. It's not just one group in, one group out. It's mixing and matching because, again, you want to get that team camaraderie. You want to get these players used to playing with a variety of different configurations of the team.
Daniela Trias, she hits the first free throw. You know, for her, living in Barcelona, Thanksgiving not a big thing over there, but she was able to experience Thanksgiving with Nora Miller's family in Evansville.
Super cool opportunity.
Violetta Rojas wide open for three off the side of the rim. It goes out of bounds off of a Mighty Oak, that being Allison Rideout on the baseline. 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ball State, they lead by 61. Laura Martinez wide open for three. It's offline. Offensive rebound put back up and through by Brooke Winchester. 89-26. Straightaway Trias, the first off to her left for Bella Thomas working the perimeter. Now she drives. Caballero just takes it away.
Not even a block, just a steal.
Martinez for three at the buzzer. It swirls out. Man, that would have been a moment. But 89-26. Ball State, they lead by 63 going into the fourth quarter. We'll wrap this up when we come back. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
For the best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information, you can find this at ballstatesportslink.com. Again, ballstatesportslink.com. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Ryan Stojetz. 89-26, the Cardinals lead over Oakland City. A 63-point advantage as the Cardinals, they're closing in on being 8-1 on the season.
And when you hear that score, you know, it's important to fully understand the context of this matchup. Oakland City, an exhibition game for them, not counting towards their official record. For Ball State, it does count. So just important, you know, kind of understand that these are programs just in different levels, in different situations, stages of development. So, you know, this was about the type of game we expected. I just, like, out of respect for Oakland City, I think it's important to kind of understand the situation that each program's in.
Also keep in mind that they played a game last night.
Yes.
They played Cumberland, which is one of the better NAIA schools, by the way. They lost that game by 27, and they drove 3 hours this morning. That includes a time zone change. They're in Central Time. They drove up here for an 11 a.m. tip-off. O.T. Seps, their head coach, he was telling us that they're probably going to sleep on the way there, and they're probably going to sleep on the way back.
Yes, I mean, that is a lot of basketball and a lot of travel in a very short period of time, so it'll be rest well earned after these final 10 minutes.
But in these final 10 minutes, I know easier said than done. You're down by 63. What can you do to leave this arena with just maybe not as much of a sour taste in your mouth?
Well, you can erase the score in your mind, pretend it says 0-0 up there, and it's a 10-minute game. I mean, that's all you can do. Ball State probably going to have, you know, a lot of the second stringers in. I would expect starters to be done for the day after they came out a little bit to start the third quarter. So just pretend it's 0-0 and go try to win a 10-minute basketball game. I think that's what Coach Epps' message should be.
In the second half, so far, just in this third quarter, Oakland City, only 5 points scored. Ball State, in that third quarter, put up 39 points. It just tells you the third quarter was just complete domination.
It was, and that just kind of furthers the reason why you just got to flush it. You just got to, you know, think big picture, focus on how can I become a better individual player in the next 10 minutes? How can we as a team get better together in the next 10 minutes? And then we'll move forward and get back to to our conference schedule.
Ball State the 5 on the floor. It's Georgia Guarini, Brooke Winchester, and the 3 Amigas. Alba Caballero, Lara Martinez, and Violeta Rojas. A 3 on the left side for Gober is no good. Martinez looks for her first collegiate points. Instead, she dumps off to Rojas for the 2 points on the layup. 91-26, Violeta Rojas gets on the board. Top of the key, it's Gober. She's guarded by Martinez. Back over to her right with right out. Feed inside, Caballero pokes it out of bounds on the baseline. It stays with Oakland City. I mentioned the 3 Spanish players for the Cardinals, Alba Caballero, Laura Martinez, and Violeta Rojas. Brand new SportsLink story out now about the 3 players and their journey getting to the United States and just flourishing there. And a bounce pass. It ends up being called against Oakland City, a violation there. So the Cardinals, with 9:26 to go in this matchup, regain possession with a 91-26 lead. Martinez, feed inside to the high block, Winchester. Open 3 for Martinez, off the side of the rim. Guarini, the long rebound for the Cardinals. Back to her on the left wing. A screen to her right from Winchester. Bounce pass to Caballero. Underneath the basket for 2. 93-26.
And you mentioned, Martinez looking for her first collegiate point. Didn't get it there, but just I loved watching the body language on the Ball State bench. You could see how much they wanted that for her. I hope she gets it in the next 8:45.
Too strong for Gober underneath the basket. Caballero, the rebound for the Cardinals. Underneath the basket, Brooke Winchester, the freshman, gets 2 points. 95-26 from Warsaw High School up in northern Indiana. Bounce pass, mid-range area, near side for Barasa Ruiz. The kick out to Elise Williams. Her 3-pointer off the side of the rim. Foul called on the floor. It goes against Oakland City, and with 8:19 to go in this matchup, Cardinals once again have possession. Ball State with 95 points on the board. The last time they put up over 100 points, you have to go back to last January, putting up 101 against Eastern Michigan. Guarini, straightaway 3-pointer, cans it, 98-26.
I think we'll see that 100 mark pretty soon.
Yeah, to say the least. Speaking of Eastern Michigan, that's who they open MAC play against on December 20th, right here at Worthen Arena. Foul called on that mid-range shot. Daniela Trias took a beating there. It's funny, we talked about the 3 Spanish players for Ball State. Oakland City, they have the same thing going on with Paula Barasa Ruiz, Daniela Trias, and Bruna Crespo. Crespo's currently out with an injury, but still. Trias, one of those 3 players at the free throw line, misses the first. Crowd still going wild as they hit the second free throw. It's almost like you wouldn't be able to tell that it's a 98-27 game.
Exactly, and it's been so nice to see just how into it, the kids here on Field Trip Day have been from start to finish. And everyone, today talking about, attention spans aren't, very long. Wouldn't guess that here, at least not today with this group. Even in a lopsided matchup in the fourth quarter, they're still enjoying it. And you could, you could hear that they're enjoying it. We can, and I'm sure, those listening could hear it through our stream.
A foul called on Oakland City on the floor. I think you're just echoing a lot of the grievances that maybe boomers have with Gen Z and Gen Alpha right there with attention spans. As Winchester puts one up and she's fouled, she'll shoot 2 free throws. With 7:34 to go in the matchup, Brooke Winchester, who was playing for a state title last season with Warsaw, they ended up falling short as she misses the first free throw. Did a lot of great things over at Warsaw up in northern Indiana. Now she's here as a Cardinal in her freshman season. She's able to get the second one to go, 99-27. Now Oakland City, it's all about damage control. With Barasa Ruiz top of the key. She's in a jam, has to defer out to her left. It's Nora Miller. Inside, Trias on the pick and roll. It's short. Gober gets the rebound for the Mighty Oaks, misses it. Long rebound for the Cardinals by Laura Martinez. Gober ends up fouling her in the process.
And that was just great fight from Gober, even though it didn't end up working out. You know, she was by far the smallest player in that scrum for the basketball, but she fought and she didn't give up. And in a situation like that, in a game with a score like this, you know, that's something I'd expect this Mighty Oak coaching staff to take note of.
Martinez pump fakes on the left side for three. Ashlyn Brooke gets it off a handoff. Pass inside is too long for Winchester. Out of bounds off of her fingertips on the baseline. Amari Gober takes it up, the lone returner from Oakland City this season. Barasa Ruiz, a strong take on the right side. Not enough. Cross-court pass, Violetta Rojas had it on the baseline, walks the tightrope, tries to save it, ends up throwing it back over to the Mighty Oaks. Nora Miller at the Cardinal head for Oakland City. With 6.5 minutes to go, Ball State 99-27. They lead over Oakland City. Intercepted by Laura Martinez in the middle of the paint. Cardinals look to break the century mark with Verboot to the near side. Rojas for three. That won't do it, but Verboot, the offensive rebound, puts it back up for 101 points. Trias bounce pass middle of the lane underneath the basket for Barasa Ruiz. Misses it short. 5:53 to go in this one. Cardinals lead 101-27.
And it's great for Ball State to see that number on the board, but what really is impressive and encouraging for the Cardinals is how many different players have contributed to that. You know, all 13 players on the roster seeing some action in this one and contributing. That's huge for a team's performance. That's also just huge for camaraderie and morale for sure.
Barasa Ruiz hits the first free throw. It's not every day you see triple digits on the scoreboard. She ends up going 2 for 2. It's 101-29, the Cardinals lead. Rojas in the near corner. She carves her way to the cup on the baseline, misses the jumper short. Oakland City on a fast break with Gober. She goes strong, swirls in, 101-31 our score. It's now a 70-point ball game. Brooke Winchester, the kick out to the right side. Zenver Boot off the side of the rim, ends up going over the backboard and out of bounds.
Took an interesting bounce there.
Yeah, you just don't see that every day. This would be up there as one of the bigger blowouts the Cardinals have had against Oakland City. Their last meeting, Ball State won by a little over 50. 2 meetings ago, the Cardinals won by 96. Right now, Ball State, they lead by 70 with over 5 minutes to go in this one. Zuri Ransom takes away the pass that was inside the paint. She pump fakes the pass left, and goes strong to the cup for two, 103-31. Timeout called by the Mighty Oaks and Otis Epps. And with this last timeout, with 4:57 to go in this matchup, what do you think he's telling the players?
Well, I think the fact that he's even bothering to take a timeout, it shows that he wants them to play a full quarter game. He wants them to continue to try and have success and have good possessions. And I think that's a good message to send because, you know, it's easy to just, you know, kind of mail it in and say, okay, let's just get out of here. We're tired. We want to sleep. We want to go home. But I just even think just the optics of calling that timeout and saying, hey, let's try and draw something up. Let's try and have some success over these next 5 minutes. It gets something to build on moving forward. I think it's a great message to send to your team.
Yeah, especially when it's easier said than done. Because you look up at the scoreboard, you see that you're down by 72 now. It just obviously is not a great taste to have in your mouth. And, like, it's an embarrassment almost for these players. I think OT Seps calling that timeout, it really shows the level of care he has for his players to make them better, players.
Yeah, and I think it's something that is important to do. I think it's important to hold your heads held high. I mean, again, the fact that this was a exhibition game for Oakland City, it won't count to their official record. So you can, even though still the act of playing in the game and losing the game, like the emotions and the, physicality of the game are very real, whether you, write it down in the standings or not. But I think if you have a growth mindset, if you have the right mentality, like we've talked about, really even from our open, we figured the game would more than likely have a score similar to what it is. But we talked about how it was mentality, it was mindset for Oakland City. And again, still playing hard, still trying to fight for rebounds, calling timeouts, trying to, play a full game. It's, again, moral victories, normally you cringe at it, but I think, applicable for the Mighty Oaks tonight.
Yeah, even in a game like this where you trail by 72, I know even now at this point when you talk about a moral victory, it might kind of be out of sight, but just keep in mind we have 4 minutes and 57 seconds left for this Oakland City team to just have some kind of positive momentum going into their next few matches.
And again, just thinking about that timeout, yes, it's to try to generate positive momentum, but again, 7 available players for Oakland City might just also be rest too, let you take a breather before you finish out these final 5.
Yeah, for Oakland City, they're going to have Alice Lloyd on the schedule this Friday at home. They beat Alice Lloyd. That's the only team they've beaten this year. They play them again at 5 o'clock on Friday. For the Cardinals, they're back in action on December 7th, playing at Davidson. Remember, Davidson last year, that's the team the Cardinals beat on field trip day last year.
Yeah, funny timing with that.
Yeah, but this time it's played at their place. Field trip day continues with 4:57 to go. Everyone understands the importance of this, just this day in general, including OT Seps of Oakland City. He was telling me, when he was at Evansville, when he was the head coach there, they had something like this going on too, and it was one of his favorite days of the season, and it's cool that, it's going on here at Ball State.
It really is, and it's just all about, giving kids an opportunity to come here, have fun, make a memory, be part of this fun environment, but then also just, something I think Ball State especially does a really good job of is just, being active and present in the community across, a lot of sports, realizing that, they could have an impact on the Muncie community. Ball State and Muncie just go hand in hand, and this is yet another example of the Cardinals and the Ball State program, energizing the local community, and today some of its youngest members.
Yeah, because when you think of Muncie, you think of Ball State. That's the number one thing that comes to mind. It's great to see those two things hand in hand. A shot clock violation on Oakland City with 4:27 to go in this matchup. Cardinals, they move right to left now, 103-31. Ball State, it's rare they get past the century mark as Caballero with the shot and the foul. She looks to complete the three-point play. It's rare that really any team gets past 100 points. But the way Ball State has done it in the second half with mostly the second and third unit out there, it's really been impressive.
It has. You're just seeing the depth of this team. You're seeing that, again, a team with so many new players, so many new good players who are able to contribute right now.
Caballero misses the free throw. Brooke Winchester gets the rebound for the Cardinals. Gobert takes it right back for Oakland City off the pass. She just took it away, drove to the cup, pushed out of bounds. It stays here with Oakland City. You look at the numbers and total rebounds, Ball State out-rebounding Oakland City 58-23. Not only that, Oakland City has 29 turnovers.
Yeah, tough to win with those numbers. Tough to even stay competitive with numbers that lopsided, and it's evident on the scoreboard.
Amari Gober misses the first free throw. She was fouled. They're in the bonus. Also, Oakland City, they're only shooting the ball 20%. Ball State 52%.
Wow.
Martinez pump fakes far side. Swings it out. Top of the key, Caballero. Her three-pointer offline. Winchester, she's fouled off of the offensive rebound. Tried to put it back up. Brooke Winchester, a trip to the charity stripe with 4:02 to go in this one. Now the Cardinals are in the bonus for the first time today.
Pretty clear foul there, right out. Got a hand up, too physical on Winchester.
She's able to hit the first free throw. Brooke Winchester, we mentioned it, from Warsaw High School. They lost in the state title game last year to Lawrence North, only by 7 points. Winchester goes 2 for 2. 107-31. It's a 76-point Cardinal lead. Daniela Triez controls the top of the key. The handoff to her left with right out. In trouble, has to work inside. It's Barras Ruiz who puts up a strong take. The layup is good. 107-33 now our score. Where Ball State, you're looking at a lot of these players, almost like the future of the program. Violeta Rojas lets a three fly from the near side. It's offline. Ends up going out of bounds on the baseline off of Caballero, who was trying to get the rebound. Amari Gober for Oakland City. Left to right, they work. Jump ball is called. And the possession goes to Ball State. You would think, as an outside observer, that Oakland City would probably be going to their second and third unit by now, but that's just something they don't have. They only have 7 players available.
Yeah, it just makes it more and more impressive, the fight they've shown deep into the fourth quarter, despite the score and the availability situation.
Man, Brooke Winchester off of the 3 missed by Martinez gets another rebound and a putback shot. 109-33. Timeout called by Oakland City. It's a 76-point Ball State lead with 3 minutes to go. The Cardinals really, especially in this second half, you're looking just with the points scored. Ball State, this is alarming to me. 59 points scored in the second half.
Wow.
And counting.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 3 minutes left. You know, that's, I mean, maybe on the lower end, but that's almost approaching, you know, what you score in some games. Absolutely remarkable, and just seeing the depth, seeing just, like you said, I think you worded it great by saying potentially the future of this team, getting a sneak peek at what that could look like. But again, you know, credit the Mighty Oaks. Again, taking a timeout, still seeing it through, playing basketball, trying to make adjustments, trying to get things to build on. Be very easy to just mail it in and say, let's go home. Once again, Oakland City proven they're having none of that.
If there's any underclassman who's really earned their stripes today for Ball State, it's got to be Brooke Winchester. 9 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 4 rebounds. You got to be impressed by what Brooke Winchester, a freshman, has been able to do.
For sure, and that's someone who's making the most of their opportunity, right? You know, this is a chance to show the fans, show the coaching staff, show your teammates what you're capable of, what you can do, getting a more extended look than you typically do. And, you know, she's just, you know, one of several players, I think, that have made the most of her opportunity.
It's exciting to see because, Ryan, I watched her play in high school. I knew what she's able to do, and it's cool to see it on full display here today. Right out. Off of the kick out for 3. It's short. Winchester the rebound. Her 5th on the day. Guarini, the no-look pass to Rojas on the near side. She drives baseline. Back out. Winchester swings across Martinez. Her three-pointer bounces out. Caballero gets the board for the Cardinals, and she's fouled. Laura Martinez wanted her first collegiate points right there. I mean, we were all hanging by a thread there. Maybe it goes in. Just not quite.
Again, and I love it because I wasn't even really watching the shot. As soon as it went up, I looked at the Ball State bench. You would have thought that was like a buzzer beater in a championship game, the way they reacted. You know, they want that for her so bad.
Alba Caballero hits the first free throw. 110-33 our score. Make it 111 right there. Still have time, 2.5 minutes. We might still see that opportunity for Laura. as Bella Thomas takes it up. She dumps off to Barras Ruiz for Oakland City. Guarini strips it away for the Cardinals. Fast break on an island, goes glass and good. 113-33, an 80-point Ball State lead. Daniela Trias, as we approach the 2-minute mark left in this matchup. She drives. Winchester, great defense. Rojas the rebound. Martinez had an open look. She passes it up. Feet inside Rojas. Her hook shot is good.
Ball State not taking any time off, playing to the end here. Both teams really are, and that's what you can really respect from both sides.
Pedal to the metal. Ball State, they bring a press on that far side for Gober. A foul is called on the floor against the Cardinals. It goes against Laura Martinez. Oakland City makes one last change. Allison Rideout checks out for Nora Miller as Paula Barras Ruiz heads to the free throw line. Barras Ruiz, a transfer from Casper Junior College. She was there the last 3 seasons. Hits the first free throw. She has started all but 1 game this season. Misses the second. Ball State marches on with Guarini to the near corner. Martinez. She drives in for her first points. The shot offline. Rojas gets the rebound, misses. Tries to get her own rebound once more, but Nora Miller takes it away. Miller continues to drive in. Tries to go coast to coast. Martinez the rebound off of the miss. Rojas pump fakes, backs down a defender, inside to the paint. She's fouled. Violetta Rojas, it looks like she'll have a trip to the free throw line.
And that's what Ball State's done all day long, is they've just been aggressive on both sides of the ball, drawn a lot of contact, a lot of fouls, just simply out-physicaled their opponent.
We'll also keep this in mind. Laura Martinez, she's looking for her first collegiate points. She's also the only Cardinal not to score today. So you could have potentially all 13 players scoring as Violetta Rojas hits the first free throw. Misses the second. Cardinals get the rebound with Caballero. Rojas, she stops and hesitates. Winchester, the swing out. Martinez. There it is for 3. That's about as excited as a broadcaster will get for a 3-pointer up by 80.
Absolutely. You really wanted that for after she had a few chances, throughout this fourth quarter, couldn't connect, and just seeing her teammates erupt, how excited they were for her, that's just awesome. That's what it's all about.
With about 30 seconds to go, more than likely will be the final possession for Oakland City. This ends up being an absolute bludgeoning. 119-34, Ball State takes down Oakland City on field trip day. Cardinals just dribble it out with Guarini. Crowd on their feet for a big Ball State victory on field trip day. And that'll officially do it. Final score, Ball State 119, Oakland City 34. That's all she wrote for field trip day.
What a game, what a day. Not the most intense, nail-biting game, Roen, but I think, just because of the time of day, the type of crowd, I think we'll both remember this broadcast for a while, because it was certainly really cool to be a part of an atmosphere like this, something I've at least never been a part of before. Really special. Ball State giving the young fans a lot to cheer about, getting them involved. We saw Charlie Cardinal, the mascot, all throughout the game on the sideline at halftime, getting the fans engaged, getting them cheering. Again, great to see Ball State, another example of them really engaging the community.
Yeah, that's what it's really all about, this day in general. But for Ball State to get this win, you win 119-34. You're just great in all facets. The Cardinals, you look at it from this standpoint, they put 69 points in the second half. That is unreal.
It really is. I mean, almost a game's worth of production in a half, and then also, again, we've talked about it numerous times, but just the depth and even just seeing it took to the final minute, but everyone on Ball State scoring.
Yeah,
that is special.
Oakland City this season, they've only scored over 69 points once. And the fact that Ball State just did it in one half, that's unreal.
It really is. And again, got to give your props to Oakland City on short rest, playing a game that counts as an exhibition for them, will not go in the official record. They played to the end. They were calling timeouts. They were trying to make plays to the end. The score is really ugly for them, but again, if they, embrace it with the right mindset, again, I think they got better today. I think they learned about a lot of the places they still have to grow if they want to get to be the type of program they want to be. But again, props to them for playing hard and playing to the end, because that's, not something that should be lost on them. And, we saw Coach O.T. Seps taking timeouts even late in the fourth quarter, sending a message to his team, hey, we're seeing this thing through. We're playing it till the clock hits zeros, which now it has.
Now we got fans who are storming these Cardinal players for autographs. The last time I saw something like this, Ryan, honestly, the Dream Team.
Yeah, this is definitely just such a unique sight here, and you love it because you know that the kids here, they're making memories, right? And again, I talked about it in the open, but for Ball State players, even really for both teams, just, seeing this type of atmosphere, they're probably thinking of, their first college basketball game, or who was someone that they got to meet when they were young, an athlete or whomever, that, that memory stuck with them. Maybe they signed something for them, and now coming full circle, being on the other side of it, you're the ones, giving high fives, giving autographs, hyping up the crowd, even just looking around. It's unique. I think that's one word to describe today in terms of the margin of victory for Ball State, in terms of the tip-off time on a Wednesday, in terms of the crowd that we had with all the school children getting hyped from start to finish. Definitely going to remember this one for a while, and I enjoyed calling it with you.
Oh, I really did too. I think it's important to note that, for these fans, it's cool, to be up close and personal with these players and to just watch this game. But I think it also means maybe just as much to the players themselves, knowing they have this support.
Absolutely, knowing they have the support, knowing that they can make an impact, and paying it forward, right? Next generation, the basketball fans, players, maybe. I bet there's some, future D1 athletes in this crowd, maybe. Just by the sheer number, I think there's a couple. So paying it forward, inspiring the next generation, that's what it's all about.
Well, I'm not one of them. I think my time has passed.
Yeah, I think, you and I, we'll watch them play and talk about it like we did today. But, I don't think we'll be on the court.
Yeah, especially, I tried to play some pickup basketball yesterday, and my shoulder, I'm still feeling it. So I think it's time to hang it up.
Yeah, might be, At least you have the awareness to know that. I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, there are some people who just can't let go. I'm pretty easy to just go yeah, it's over.
Yep.
It's over. But, Ryan, it's been a pleasure. Your final score, 119-34. Ball State wins. Any final words?
Ball State looked really good, as expected. They stuck to their fundamentals. But again, it's not the score, it's the depth, it's getting all the players involved. It's just a great victory for team morale, seeing everyone get on the score sheet. Certainly one I'm going to remember for a while. 119 points, total domination for Ball State from start to finish. I enjoyed watching it and calling it.
Oh, yeah, how could you forget it? This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. Again, victorymuncie.com. For Roen, Elbert, and Ryan Stojetz, it's been a pleasure to have you with us this morning/afternoon on a Wednesday. Final score, Ball State 119, Oakland City 34. And that's all she wrote from Field Trip Day. Have a good one, Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.